is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
.45, this is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The news edited by Danushka Madhavala, read by Soundi Thavam. The government emphasises that there is no change of policy related to organic fertiliser. Effective measures have been taken to provide COVID vaccines today to those above 60 years who have not yet received the jabs so far. The daily new coronavirus cases increases to 2,500. Sri Lanka on Tuesday reported the highest number of coronavirus-related deaths in a single day. Legal action will be taken against local bodies, state and private institutions which pollute the environment. Foreign ministers welcomed the opening of the New Zealand High Commission in Colombo. In world news, the WHO calls for booster pause to vaccinate poorer nations. The Presidential Media Division yesterday in a statement said that no permission has been granted to import chemical fertilizers for local agriculture. No change has been made in the policy decision taken by the President to use only organic fertilizer for local agriculture, and the government will not make any changes to the decision in the future either. The Cabinet of Ministers on May 31, 2021, granted approval to the proposal made by the Minister of Agriculture to import plant nutrients prepared using chelated mineral and micronutrients. As the chelated mineral and micronutrients are being imported under the HS code, the respective Gazette notification was amended to give effect to the Cabinet approval granted to the proposal submitted by the Minister of Agriculture. Accordingly, in accordance with the Imports and Exports Regulations No. 11 of 2021 issued by the Minister of Finance on 30th July 2021, only selected types of specialized fertilizers are allowed to be imported through the Department of Agriculture and other relevant institutions under a special licensing system. According to the surveys conducted by the Department of Agriculture, Department of Botanic Horticulture and other relevant government agencies, licensed issued period for 6 months will permit the registered institutions for conservation agriculture in greenhouses and institutions engaged in hydroponics, aeroponics and floriculture to import chelated mineral and micronutrients and nitrogenous mineral or chemical fertilizers under the direct supervision of those government institutions. Army Commander General Shavendra Silva says effective measures have been taken to provide the COVID vaccine today to those above 60 years who have not yet received the jabs so far. 5 centres have been set up in the Colombo district for this purpose. Sinopharm vaccines will be provided to these people. The jabs will be provided from the National Hospital, Kalubovila Teaching Hospital, National NCD Prevention Institute, Avisavella Hospital and the Vihara Mahadevi Park from 8:30 am onwards. The Epidemiology Unit of the Health Ministry reports that another 823 persons have tested positive for COVID-19 in Sri Lanka yesterday, moving the daily total of new cases to 2,543. This brings the total number of confirmed cases of the coronavirus reported in the country to 318,755. As many as 284,524 recoveries have been confirmed in Sri Lanka since the outbreak of the pandemic. The Epidemiology Unit's data showed that 29,586 active cases are currently under medical care. Meanwhile, Sri Lanka has registered 82 more COVID-19 related fatalities on Tuesday. The new development has pushed the official death toll from the virus outbreak in Sri Lanka to 4,727. This is the current highest number of coronavirus-related deaths in a single day. The Ministry of Environment says that legal action will be taken against local government bodies, state and private institutions which burn plastic and polythene and dump garbage polluting the environment. Accordingly, Minister Mahinda Amaraveera said that orders were signed yesterday to take legal action against a local government institution under the Sabaragamuwa Provincial Council. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
Sri Lanka Insurance, like a father, like a mother.
Police spokesman Senior DIG Ajit Rohana says that the protesters who were arrested during a demonstration in front of the Presidential Secretariat in Colombo yesterday have been directed to rapid antigen tests. A total of 44 individuals were taken into custody yesterday on charges of unlawful assembly, unruly behaviour, blocking of a main road and conduct in violation of quarantine regulations. According to the police spokesman, 22 male teachers and 16 female teachers and 6 others are among the arrestees. Protesting teacher principal trade unions had arrived in Colombo in 4 vehicle parades, demanding solutions for their salary anomaly issue. Owing to the situation, traffic congestion was also reported near the Presidential Secretariat. The Ministry of Trade says that legal action will be taken against third parties who gather stocks of paddy other than the Paddy Marketing Board and the rice mill owners. Steps have been taken to compile necessary regulations. Minister Bandula Gunawardena said the decision was taken for the benefit of consumers and farmers. He said that the fine imposed for selling rice for more than the control price will be increased from 2,500 rupees to 100,000 rupees. That concludes local news.
The largest bonus declared in the history of the Sri Lankan insurance industry. Sri Lanka Insurance Grand Bonus. An unmatchable bonus of 8.6 billion rupees only for Sri Lanka Insurance life policy holders from the nation's largest insurer. Call 0112 357 357 for more details. Sri Lanka Insurance. Like a father, like a mother.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
New Zealand's and Sri Lanka's foreign ministers Nanania Mahuta and Dinesh Gunawardena have welcomed the opening of the New Zealand High Commission in Colombo next week. The foreign ministers, who met virtually yesterday, spoke about the opening of the High Commission as a major milestone in the bilateral relationship. Both ministers stressed that New Zealand's diplomatic presence in Sri Lanka is a further affirmation of the significance of the steadily expanding bilateral engagement in recent times. Minister Gunawardena appreciated the opening of the New Zealand High Commission as a timely move, as, quote, our two countries work together in a geostrategically more complex region, unquote. He stressed confidence that it would contribute to the advancement of bilateral trade while also supporting efforts at promoting investments. Quote, Sri Lanka stands for and encourages safe, orderly and regular migration and welcomes potential investors and tourists from New Zealand, unquote, emphasised Minister Gunawardena. Ministers Mahuta and Gunawardena also discussed the ASEAN Regional Forum Ministers meeting tomorrow. The New Zealand High Commission in Colombo is due to open on Tuesday, August 10th. An official opening ceremony will take place in due course once conditions permit, and came to you in the main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
Moving on to Watchlight, the Election Secretariat has introduced a program to apply online to register in the 2021 voters list. The relevant information for online registration can be obtained by logging onto the Election Commission's website www.election.gov.lk and came to you in Watchlight. On to a bulletin of world news making headlines. The WHO calls for booster pause to vaccinate poorer nations. Instagram blocks gold medalist who shared her race win. Rihanna now officially a billionaire. The World Health Organization has called for a suspension on booster vaccines for COVID-19 until at least the end of September. The WHO chief, Dr. Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus, said a pause would allow for at least 10% of the population in every country to be vaccinated. A number of nations, including Israel and Germany, have announced plans to administer a third dose. But Dr. Tedros has warned poorer nations are falling behind. According to the WHO, low-income countries have only been able to administer 1.5 doses for every 100 people due to a lack of supply. Olympic gold medalist sprinter Elaine Thompson-Herah was mistakenly blocked on Instagram, its owner Facebook Incorporation has confirmed. Thompson-Herah, the fastest woman in the world, was blocked on Tuesday for sharing videos from her 100 and 200-meter races on her Instagram account. Access to the app was reinstated several hours later. There are strict copyright restrictions on sharing content from the games online. Thompson-Herah said on Twitter that she was blocked from accessing her Instagram account because she posted videos that she did not have the right to do so. Rihanna is now officially a billionaire and the wealthiest female musician in the world, according to Forbes. The pop star is worth $1.7 billion with an estimated $1.4 billion coming from the value of her Fenty beauty cosmetics company. The rest of her fortune, mostly companies from lingerie company Savage X Fenty, worth an estimated $270 million, and her earnings from music and acting. She is second only to Oprah Winfrey as the world's richest female entertainer. Rihanna, whose real name is Robin Fenty, launched Fenty Beauty in 2017 in a partnership with luxury goods company LVMH. Back to the headlines of the world news. The WHO calls a booster pause to vaccinate poorer nations. Instagram blocks gold medalist who shared her race win. And Rihanna now officially a billionaire. That concludes this bulletin of world news.
Development News is brought to you by
Quality matters than price. So as an engineer, I recommend Melba RB500. It's made with virgin billets using the latest technology. Melba RB500, #1 in Sri Lanka. Truly Sri Lankan.
Win lakhs and lakhs with CIB Janajaya. 40% discount for your bills till 15th of August. 6 hand tractors at the Grand Row. CIB Janajaya.
The annual Reports Awards ceremony organised by the Sri Lanka Institute of Chartered Accountants will be held this year as well. Accepting of applications will commence on the 15th of this month. All categories of business enterprises can apply for the awards. The winners will be awarded gold, silver and bronze medals and came to you in Development News.
Development News was brought to you by
Quality matters than price. So as an engineer, I recommend Melba RB500. It's made with virgin billets using the latest technology. Melba RB500, #1 in Sri Lanka. Truly Sri Lankan.
Win lakhs and lakhs with CIB Janajaya. 40% discount for your bills till 15th of August. 6 hand tractors at the Grand Row. CIB Janajaya.
On to sports news, England began their series against India in depressingly predictable fashion with another atrocious batting collapse at Trent Bridge. The home side were bundled out for 183 on the opening day of the first test, at one stage losing 6 wickets for 22 runs in 9.5 overs. They were indebted to captain Joe Root, who stroked a classy 64 and added 72 with Johnny Bairstow. It was Bairstow's demise on the stroke of tea that sparked the carnage, with Sam Curran's Cavalier 27 not out, later on adding to the chaos. That's sports news. We look at business news next.
Contributory deposit of ₹1,000 from NSB when your child enters grade 1. Open a Hapan Children's Service account for your kid today. Higher interest. Conditions apply. Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank. The safest place for your money.
The Civil Aviation Training Centre Sri Lanka, the training division of the Airport and Aviation Services Sri Lanka Private Limited, was rebranded as the Sri Lanka Airport and Aviation Academy at a ceremony held Tuesday at the institution premises in Ratmalana. The chief guest was the State Minister for Aviation and Export Zones Development, D.V. Chanaka. The Director General of Civil Aviation, Captain Themia Abevikrama, was also present. The State Minister unveiled the new plaque, displaying the new name of the institution in all 3 languages, and came to you in business news, economic news to follow.
Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank. The safest place for your money. Contributory deposit of ₹1,000 from NSB when your child enters grade 1. Open a Hapan Children's Service account for your kid today. Higher interest. Conditions apply.
Economic news, courtesy of
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibility. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act No. 42 of 2011.
The People's Bank has given a new look to its Polonnaruwa People's Bank regional main office and its Deyattakandiya branch. Chief Executive Officer of the People's Bank, Ranjit Kodituaku, said that all facilities have been made available to Polonnaruwa and came to you in economic news.
I bought my daughter a laptop for her work by managing my finances. Whatever the expenses may be, I can't afford to miss out on life's special moments like her birthday or our anniversary. So you need to invest to make your family's future flourish.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibilities. That's why we promise to give you the best returns on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
Weather report was sponsored by
Dialogue, in partnership with the Ministry of Education, introduces Nanasa, a trilingual educational mobile app with video-based lessons for grade 1 to A levels. Now your child can study with ease on your mobile with no subscription fee.
Showers occur at times in the Sabaragama, Western and Central provinces and in the Galle and Matara districts. Several spells of showers may occur in the Northwestern province. Showers or thundershowers will occur at a few places in the Uva province and in the Ampara and Batticaloa districts during the evening or night.
Weather report was sponsored by
Dialogue, in partnership with the Ministry of Education, introduces Nanasa, a trilingual educational mobile app with video-based lessons for grade 1 to A levels. Now your child can study with ease on your mobile with no subscription fee.
To conclude this bulletin of news, a recap of the headlines. The government emphasises that there is no change of policy related to organic fertiliser. Effective measures have been taken to provide COVID vaccines today to those above 60 years who have not yet received the jabs so far. The daily new coronavirus cases increases to 2,500. Sri Lanka on Tuesday reported the highest number of coronavirus-related deaths in a single day. Legal action will be taken against local bodies, state and private institutions which pollute the environment. Foreign ministers welcomed the opening of the New Zealand High Commission in Colombo. And in world news, the WHO calls a booster pause to vaccinate poorer nations. That concludes this morning's news broadcast.